Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel Champions card game, we have Spider-Woman taking on KANG. So for setup, we have the first version of KANG we'll meet. Scheme of 1, attack of 2, comes in with toughness. It's a force interrupt. When he attacks you, either place a threat on the main scheme or he gets +2 attack for this attack. And when defeated, advance the main scheme to stage 2 at the end of the phase and comes in with 12 health per player. Then for their contents, we've got KANG 1, 2, and 3 with the KANG in standard encounter sets and the temporal modular set. We're going to take KANG's 2, 3, and KANG's Dominion side schemes aside, and we won't be using the obligation card for Spider-Woman. Then shuffle the encounter deck. We're going to have a threshold of 7 on here. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card, and if this stage is completed, the players lose the game. And for Spider-Woman, using Aggression and Justice, at the end of the video, I'll go over a deck construction. For her, she's got a thwart of 1, attack of 1, and defense of 1. Superhuman agility. As an interrupt, when you play an aspect card, Spider-Woman gets +1 thwart, attack, and defense until the end of the round. Hand size of 5 and 11 hit points. Alter Ego, recovery of 3. Double agents, letting us choose the 2 aspects. We just have to have an equal number of each. And as an action, look the top card of any deck in a hand size of 6. All right, so we'll finish shuffling up our encounter stack here and deal ourselves 1 encounter card. And before I go further, these are a nice new look at my new glasses. I'm trying to get used to progressive lenses, so I have not learned how to tilt my head the right way to see the cards right yet. So we'll see how that works into my gameplay today. So here, we're getting 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we've got Brawn, Immunity, Relentless Assault, Combat Training, Clear the Area, and Downtime. I like having an ally, so I'll keep that. And pitch everything else. So we've got our Glide, Spider-Girl, Captain Marvel, Relentless Assault, and Endurance. Well, we'll go ahead and bring in Captain Marvel. Thwart of 2, attack of 2, response. After she uses a basic power, draw a card. Go ahead and use her to attack for 2. Allows us to draw a card into for justice. Down to 10. We'll use our ability to look the top card of any deck. So you see we've got 2 more damage coming at us here. And we'll flip over and attack for 1. Down to 9. End her turn, we'll keep Spider-Girl. Drawing 4 more. Strength, Pheromones, Immunity, and the Power of Aggression. KANG is going to add some threat for his arrival. Make an attack. We'll put a threat over here. He's going to be attacking for 2. 4 damage. We go down to 7. And we get an encounter card. First one, Stolen Memories. When revealed, place the top 8 cards of your deck face down under this card. Has an alter ego action. Discard a mental resource from your hand. Discard this obligation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 cards lost. And we're getting ganged up on now. The villain in each minion engaged with you attacks you. All right, well, I'll take that up to 3. Attacking for a base 2, 3, 4, and we're down to 3 health. So we will go ahead and attack for 2. Finding some energy. Down to 7. Bring in Spider-Girl. I'm using these tokens for my bonuses. Helps me keep track of my aspects too. So thwart of 1, attack of 2. After you play her from your hand, stun and confuse a minion. No minions out in play, but you can come in and swing for 2. Down to 5. Then we'll play a protection card. Healing 3 damage and giving her a tough status. So up to 6. We're tough. Then we'll get some pheromones, stun and confuse an enemy. And we will swing for 4. Down to 1. End their turn. Drawing 5. So we've got Valkyrie, Quake, Inconspicuous, a Venom Blast, and Spycraft. We're out of threat. Goes to attack, loses stunned. We get an encounter card. Now he's going to attack us. We're going to let it come. So base 4, 7 damage. We lose our tough. So we are going to bring in Spycraft. We're currently an Avenger and Spy. Play only if you control a Spy character. Interrupt. When you reveal an encounter card, discard Spycraft, cancel the effects of that card, and discard it. Then reveal another card from the encounter deck. Then we're going to bring in Quake. 4 to 1, attack of 2. Their minion schemes against Quake, or exhaust Quake, and then deal 2 damage to that minion. Then she will attack for 2, which gets rid of this version of KANG. Unfortunately, the confused will go away. So when defeated, advance the main scheme to stage 2 at the end of the phase. So we are just going to flip over and heal for 3, going up to 9. End their turn, drawing 6. Relentless Assault, the Hulk, Tigra, Venom Blast, Heroic Intuition, and clear the area. So we're going to stage 2. When revealed, place an acceleration token here for each side scheme in play. We don't have any. Then discard each side scheme. Each player reveals a random 3A in turn order. Remove any unused stage 3 schemes from the game. Then on this side, force interrupt. When an acceleration token would be placed on another scheme, place it here instead. Players cannot join this game area unless there are no other game areas remaining. When all players have joined this game area, advance to stage 4A. So basically I'm going to go, got our 4 stage 2 here. Give these a shuffle. We'll see what KANG we have, then I'll get our side scheme. So we are going to be facing off against Ramatut. Scheme of 1, attack of 2, comes in with toughness. Gets +1 attack for each obligation in play. When defeated, remove the Realm of Ramatut from the game. At the end of the phase, join another game area. And 18 health. So create our own game area, place scheme in it. Add KANG to the game area and deal yourself an encounter card. Then we've got a threshold of 9. Force response. After this stage is completed, place 1 set aside KANG's Dominion face down under stage 4A. The end of the phase, remove KANG Ramatut in this stage from the game and combine your game area with another game area. So this is starting with 1 thread on it. So starting our new phase off, we get a threat. He's going to go scheme, a base 1, 2, 3. So up to 5 out of 9. Get an encounter card. First one, time travel hijinks, so another obligation. When revealed, discard the highest card you control, then place it face down under this card. That's going to be Captain Marvel. Then as an alter ego action, discard a energy resource from your hand to discard this obligation. Then we've got a time portal. Force interrupt. When this side scheme is defeated, shuffle it into the counter deck instead of discarding it. So it comes out with 2 thread on it. And now we get to go. Go ahead and use our ability. Take a peek under here. So that's what we have to look forward to. All right. So we're going to discard an energy resource to get rid of that scheme or obligation. Then we will get rid of a mental to get rid of our, or get our stolen memories back. So all those go to our discard pile. Then flip over. Then I'm going to bring in Tigra. Thwart of 1, attack of 2. After she attacks and defeats a minion, we'll heal a damage from her. But she's just going to come in and get rid of toughness. Take her damage. And we will thwart for 2. Which gets this reshuffled back into the encounter deck. And that will end our turn. So 5 cards. She-Hulk, Helicarrier, Counterintelligence, Power of Justice, and Agent Coulson. So going up to 6. He's going to attack. We'll have Quake defend. So base 2, 4 damage. Then encounter card, an Energy Blast. Kang attacks you. Well, Spider Girl will take this one. 3 damage coming in. No longer have that. We'll bring in a Helicarrier. So it can exhaust this, choose a player, reduce the resource cost of the next card we play this phase by 1. Then we will attack for 2, down to 16. Attack for 1, down to 15. End our turn. Keep this, drawing 4 more. Mockingbird, and both our Finesses and Nick Fury. And we'll get an encounter card and shuffle. All right. We'll add 1 up to 7 out of 9. Goes to attack, we'll just take it. Base 2, 2 damage coming in. Down to 7. Get another encounter card. First one, call off guard, discard an upgrade or support you control. No cards were discarded this way. This card gains surge. Well, we'll just lose our Spycraft for it. Then an Energy Blast. Kang attacks you. I think we're good taking that. So we are now stunned. And down to 5. Back to our turn. We are going to put a Finesse in play as a hero resource. Exhaust to generate a wild resource for an aspect card. Make our next card 1 cheaper. Bring in another one. Attack to get rid of stunned. And we'll just end our turn there. Drawing 5. Immunity, Captain Marvel, Endurance, Pheromones, and our apartment. So we get a threat, 8 out of 9. Goes to attack. Tiger will take it. So 1, 2, 3. This card gains an additional for each obligation. Then we get an encounter card. It's got a Temporal Shield now. When he is attacked, discard the Temporal Shield. Prevent all damage from this attack and deal 1 damage to the attacker. We will reduce the cost of our next card by 1. Bring in Captain Marvel. She'll come in and thwart for 2. And draws us a card into Spider Girl. Then we're going to use both our Finesses for Pheromones to stun and confuse an enemy. Then we're going to flip over and heal for 3. Take a peek at the next card coming out. We're getting another obligation here. End her turn. Keep this, drawing 5 more. Venom Blast, She-Hulk, Relentless Assault, another Venom Blast, and Valkyrie. Get a threat. Loses Confused. And an encounter card. We're weakened. After you use a basic hero power, we take a damage. Alter Ego, need to discard a physical resource from her hand to get rid of that. Back to our turn. We have 1 physical resource in our hand. Go ahead and heal up to 11. Take a peek. Flip over. Make our next card 1 cheaper. Use both our finesses. Bring in Valkyrie. We don't have any minions to damage, so she's going to come in. Attack for 2. When he's attacked, discard this. Prevent all damage from this attack and deal 1 damage to the attacker. Then Captain Marvel will attack for 2. Down to 13. We get to draw a card. She takes a damage. We're packed with Relentless Assaults. We'll then bring in Spider-Girl and have her attack for 2. Down to 11. Ending her turn. Go ahead and keep these and just draw 3 more. Clear the area, Relentless Assault, and the Hulk. So up to 8. Goes to attack, lose stunned. And we find a soldier. When he attacks you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Take indirect damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card. It's going to be our turn, though. We'll make our next card 1 cheaper. Use this as a wild and make it a physical. So we get overkill doing 5 damage. So he soaks up 3. 2 breaks through, down to 9. Then we will clear the area, removing 2 threat from a scheme. Then attack for 2, drawing a card into Brawn. Down to 7. Then we'll do a Venom Blast. Hero action, deal 5 damage to an enemy. Down to 2, and then attack for 3 to take care of Ramatut. So remove the realm of Ramatut from the game. At the end of the phase, join another game area. So we'll end our turn. Keeping the Hulk in hand. Drawing 4 more. Got our glide, some immunity, Agent Coulson, and for Justice. We'll join this game area, which tells us to go to stage 4A. So when revealed, reveal KANG 3. So he's out. He's got toughness, 20 health. When he attacks you, we either place a threat on the main scheme or it gets +2 attack. And when defeated, we will win the game. All right. We don't have any face-down Dominion under this. So when revealed, threshold of 10. Each player searches the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside an area for their nemesis minion, puts it into play, engage with them, and then we shuffle the encounter deck. There's no need to shuffle because we don't have any other information. But in our side area, we've got the Viper. Scheme of 2, attack of 2 of 5 health. While she's engaged with you, your hand size is reduced by 1. Then for Kang's Wrath, we get a threat. He's going to go to attack. We're going to give him the +2 attack. Spider-Girl will defend. So 4, 5, 6 damage. Then Viper swings for 2. We'll just take it. So down to 9. Then in a counter card, got a Centauri Soldier. We'll reset for our turn. Make sure to put toughness out here. So Valkyrie will swing for 2. We'll make our next card 1 cheaper, bringing out the Hulk with some finesse. Gives us a +1 with aggression, and he'll attack for 3 on the Viper, which is going to be enough to take her out. We use our ability, discarding a card, and it's a wild, so we're going to do some things here. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Then deal 1 damage to each character. So to get rid of toughness, put a 3rd on that one. We'll go down to 8, put a damage on herself, and then we discard the Hulk. Then we're going to bring in Agent Coulson for 2 and our other finesse. After he enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card. See if there's any in here. Yep, we'll just take Spycraft. He will attack for 1. Down to 19. She will attack for 3. Down to 16. We'll then play our self-propelled glide. As a hero action, Ready Spider-Woman. We gain the aerial trait until the end of the round. And swing for another 3. Down to 13. And end her turn, drawing 5. Got another glide, downtime, quake, combat training, and inconspicuous. Get a threat on the main scheme. He goes to attack. We'll let him throw another threat. We'll go ahead and defend. So he's a base 2. Give him a tough status card. So 2 damage on our 3 defense, so we don't take anything. Then we get depowered. Cannot play hero-specific cards. It's an alter ego action. Discard a hero-specific card from your hand to discard this obligation. And back to our turn. Up we have Coulson. Thwart for 2. We'll bring Quake in using our both finesses and attack for 2. Which will get rid of toughness. Make our next card 1 cheaper. Getting rid of downtime to bring in combat training, giving us +1 attack. Then we'll flip over and discard a hero-specific card to get rid of depowered. Well, we'll take a look under here. End her turn. We'll keep that. 5 more. Inconspicuous. Genius. For justice. Energy. And the power of aggression. Lots of resources. So 1 threat. Goes to scheme. So he's getting a tough status. Again. And 2 more. Then our encounter card. Ancient Warrior coming in a quick strike, but we're not in hero mode. So we're done there. Back to our turn. We'll take a quick peek. T-Rex coming up. Well, we will have Quake take out the Warrior. Play for Justice using our 2 wilds to remove 4 threat from a scheme. Actually, before we do that, we will flip over. Then we'll do for justice. So we can attack to get rid of toughness. And that's going to be our boring turn. So we'll keep Energy and Genius, discard the other 3, clear the area, Heroic Intuition, and a Glide. Get a threat, get attacked. We'll give him the +2. Coulson defends. So he's taken 7 damage. And counter card. Past Machinations, Insight 1. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a different obligation and reveals it. Then shuffle the encounter deck. Well, the one we just had wasn't terrible. Weakened. That's not terrible either. So we'll take Weakened. We need to discard a physical resource or we take a damage every time we use a basic power. So we're going to use a Finesse to clear the area, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat on the scheme, draw a card. So drawing into Pheromones. Then we'll go ahead and do that. So hero action, stun and confuse an enemy. Then a Heroic Intuition coming in play, giving us +1 thwart. We will attack for 3, down to 10, take a damage because we're weakened. Make our next card 1 cheaper so we can ready. Attack for 3, down to 7. Take a damage. Then we'll flip on over. Ending our turn. Drawing 6. First we get these 2 under Surveillance and Strength. And an encounter card and shuffle. So we've got 4 more cards coming our way. Clear the area, Power of Justice, the Hulk, and we're Genius. So 1 threat. Getting schemed on, loses confused. Get another encounter card. Macrobots, guard and retaliate 1. And then depowered. Can't play your hero specific cards. All right, we'll cover for 3. Discard some physical resources to get rid of Weakened. Flip over. Clear the area. Using Finesse, removing 2 threat from a scheme. And then that allows us to draw a card into a Mockingbird. Then we will bring in the Hulk. And he's going to swing for 3. And then it's going to do 1 damage to everybody. Down to 6. I'm going to take him out before the retaliate went it off. Damage to himself. Damage to us. And another on him. Make our next card 1 cheaper. So she's coming out for 2. We'll use a Finesse. And under Surveillance, she gets to stun an enemy. He's already stunned. She'll come in and swing for 1. Down to 5. And end her turn. Go ahead and discard, drawing 5 more. So we've got Brawn, She-Hulk, Spycraft, Relentless Assault, and a Venom Blast. Get a threat. Goes to attack, loses stunned. Counter card. Frozen in Time. Attached to your identity. When attached character would ready, discard this card instead. And we're just going to have Hulk swing for 3. Down to 2. And there's the extra 2 damage. So Spider-Woman and Friends was enough to take out Kang the Conqueror. And for deck construction, with aggression, 1 power of aggression, combat training, 3 relentless assaults, then some allies. We got the Hulk, Spider-Girl, Brawn, Valkyrie, She-Hulk, and Tigra. And with justice, 1 power of justice, heroic intuition, 2 for justice to clear the areas, under surveillance, Quake, Agent Coulson, and he comes in to get us some spycraft and counterintelligence. And for our basic cards, we've got our 3 resources: Helicarrier, Nick Fury, Mockingbird, Downtime, and Endurance. And that's my deck build for going up against Kang. As always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, so please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.